James and his fears. It was a busy day on the island of Sodor. The engines were working hard to keep up. Edward was taking workers to Wellsworth for repairs. Percy was running his mail route all over the island. Duck was at the trash yard dumping trash he had collected all over Sodor. And Molly was at the quarry getting materials for Edward's repairs. The only engine not working today was James. James had fallen ill earlier in the day and needed rest. He felt terrible. He wished he was out working, but knew that the engines would survive without him. As he was resting, Diesel drove up beside the sheds. He was carrying oil for the diesel engines. "Hello, James," said Diesel.
"Oh, hi, Diesel," James said.
"What are you doing in the sheds? Shouldn't you be working?"
"I felt ill, and Sir Topham Hatt said I could take a rest day."
"Oh. Well, that's too bad. I really liked your red coat of paint," Diesel said sadly.
"What do you mean?"
James said curiously. "Well, Sir Topham Hatt is going to take away our favorite things if we don't show we are useful every day."
James was shocked to hear that.
"I assume since your favorite thing is your red paint, he will take it away and have you repainted."
James didn't want to believe Diesel. He would never take away my red paint.
Doubt still crept into his funnel. "Well, I better get back to work. Hopefully next time I see you, James, you won't have a new paint job,"
Diesel said deviously as he drives away from the sheds. James is shocked. He doesn't want to believe Diesel, but he fears that it may be true. Just before James can keep thinking about it, his driver arrives at the sheds.
"How are you feeling, James?"
asked his driver. James didn't want to speak. He was worried his driver would tell Sir Topham Hatt he was still sick.
"Tell you what,
If you want to take a quick nap and see how you feel, we will do a basic job if you are up for it. Just blow your whistle when you are awake. I'll be over in the signal booth helping out for now." James was nervous. He knew he didn't want to lose his red coat. He decided that a quick nap would do him some good, and fell asleep quickly. Unfortunately for James, his dream was telling him a different story. James dreamt he was picking up passengers from Knapford Station, and he was green! James heard children laughing at him. He puffed away somber and embarrassed. James quickly woke up in a shock. He knew he had to get to work fast. He blew his whistle to signal his driver. James pulled into Knapford. Sir Topham Hatt was already waiting. "James, what are you doing here? I thought you were ill," said Sir Topham Hatt. James still felt ill, but he didn't want to tell Sir Topham Hatt. "I'm ready for a job, sir. Do you have anything small an engine like me can do to help out today?" "Well, all the main jobs have been taken, but I do have a job that needs to be prepped for tomorrow. Thomas was supposed to do it after his branch line. Since you are feeling better now, I will have you do it. Head to Brendam Docks and shunt the trucks to be prepared for tomorrow." James was nervous. He didn't want to let Sir Topham Hatt know he was still sick. James was hurrying towards Brendam Docks. He knew he couldn't waste any time. He didn't want Sir Topham Hatt to be suspicious. James pulled next to a field of sheep. He then began to wonder if Sir Topham Hatt would give him the colors of an animal. James then started imagining he was the colors of black and yellow. He looked like a bumblebee. "Well, doesn't this just sting?" said James. James knew he had to hurry to the docks. He blew his whistle and puffed away quickly. James arrived at Brendam Docks. He was exhausted, but he knew he had to act quickly. As James began shunting the trucks, he began to think about another embarrassing color he could get instead of his lovely red coat. James started thinking about how embarrassing a pink coat of paint would be. He puffed out of the station and heard more laughter from his coaches. James wasn't paying attention.
He started going faster and faster. James was so distracted that he didn't realize he was about to hit the buffers. James's truck crashed into the buffers. The trucks came flying off the tracks. Luckily, no one was hurt. But James was left in shock. Back at Knapford Station, Sir Topham Hatt was cross. James, what happened at the docks? You said you were okay, Sir Topham Hatt said. I'm sorry, sir. I just didn't want you to take away my red coat of paint, James said sadly. Why would I take away your red paint? Sir Topham Hatt said curiously. Doodle said because I was sick and not being useful, you would take away my red coat of paint, because it was my favorite thing. Sir Topham Hatt laughed. James, I'm not going to get upset at you for being sick. Everybody needs sick days, even my engines. If I did, though, why would it be bad? I could give you a better color, like silver. James then started thinking. He thought about how he would look in a silver coat of paint. He looked grand. Even if it didn't match up to his red coat, he knew he looked grand. James realized that even if he didn't have his red coat, he could still be a really useful engine.